because it could be from a lender, it could be from your friend, it could be from anyone else. It doesn't really matter where it came from, as long as you establish that you borrowed that money exclusively to start your business
Uh-huh.
or to
Okay.
maintain your business.
Right. Just so many, people really need a CPA, Rod. Especially
Well,
for businesses.
they should engage. If anyone, anyone who opens a business, it's strongly recommended for them to sit down with a CPA and a lawyer to make sure that they're accurately establishing the business itself, and especially those people who have a business and they're not keeping good records. There's absolutely no way for them to find out whether they're making money or not,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because that's the purpose of keeping good records, is to find out if you're spending more than what you're making.
Mm-hmm. So you will have to give some tips on record keeping. Some people, if they're not business people, they just write down like almost like a diary of the things that happen every day. So I guess it's really good to organize things, right? Expenses and
Yeah,
maybe. Mhm.
expenses and the income, and you need to find out. There's there's so many software right now for bookkeeping software, where there's you go online and just type bookkeeping software, and it will probably produce so many results, because there's so many software available now. Once they input their expense, they only input it once. It's already in the system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A very good software that I think a lot of people are using is QuickBooks.
Mm-hmm.
Those are for the bigger. To me, I think it's a very complicated software, and it does a lot for you. But it's good for a medium-sized business. For a small-sized business, you could use just a standard Excel spreadsheet.
Uh-huh. Or maybe
You know,
a
put all
notebook.
your expenses in there in Excel spreadsheet, and then put your income in a given month, and then that will see what your net income for that given month.
Right, right. Maybe a simple notebook, like long time ago, Rod.
Yeah, a simple notebook like a debit credit notebook. It's
Correct,
fine too.
correct. And then that's the one you can show your CPA, right? At least.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, when you do your taxes at the end of the year, it'll be easier for your CPA to figure out where those entries came from.
Hmm. You mentioned that the LLCs, if it's one member, could pass through like sole proprietorship. Why is it that some people say that you can elect to have your type of tax classification, and you can, you can choose an S corporation because it has more tax advantages? Why do they say that?
Well, because in LLC you will have the option. I think you're given a certain time of to identify and tell the IRS that you're going to be operating as like an S corporation. So yeah, basically what it is, it gives you the option to either treat yourself as a regular LLC, or you can treat yourself like an S corp.
And which one has more advantage?
Well, if there's a one-man operation, then the S corp probably would be sufficient enough.
Oh, not a sole proprietorship.
A sole proprietorship, if it's a very simple type of business, then sole proprietorship probably would do it. But when your business grow, I think it's a good idea for you to create an entity aside from being a sole proprietor.
Oh, you mean in the beginning you can choose to be sole proprietorship, pass to sole proprietorship, and later change into S corporation?
You can, yeah, you can do that, yeah. Because if you're a sole proprietor, then you're pretty much, if you're a sole proprietor, you're basically funding your business from your personal account, because you are a sole proprietor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's one member LLC, right?
Well, it's not an LLC. LLC is a different entity.
No, we're saying that for LLC, one member, they can choose to be taxed like flow through sole proprietorship.
They can choose to report as an S corp.
Right.
For tax reporting purposes. Yes.
And the CPAs can help them, decide on this.
Oh yes, yeah. You don't even have to notify. You don't even have to notify the IRS. I think if you're just a one member LLC, it's automatic that you are electing